Guys, today we're talking about one of my favorite ways to analyze price action, which is using volume, okay? There's a tool on the left here, on the fifth one down, called Fixed Range Volume Profile here on TradingView. And if you click that and you drag it across any number of candles, it will show you the volume that resides within this range. And this is one of my favorite tools to use because volume, unlike trend lines or anything else like that, is objective, okay? This is objectively your volume within this range. Now, it can be subjective in terms of where you pull it from, but in general, this is objectively the volume for this range. And this could be a very powerful tool that we can use to assist us in deciding whether or not we should be longing or we should be shorting. So first of all, what the heck is on the screen here, Geo? How do I analyze this? What does all this mean? Well, guys, I'm going to get to it right now. So this is your fixed volume profile, okay? We can see we have these kind of waves here on the left. We have this white line on the high, the white line on the low, and the red line in the middle. The white line on the high is called the value area high, or VAH for short. The white line on the low is called the value area low, or VAL for short. Shouts out Valerie. And this red line here in the middle is called the point of control, or POC for short. So what do we see here? Well, you can see that we have this like wave thing with waves and valleys, peaks and valleys, whatever, okay? The fixed range volume profile tool shows you relative volume based on price, not on time. So there was this much volume between, let's say, 50.8 and 51.2 thousand dollars. This is important to analyze, and this is important to know because when you have higher volume, these essentially act as support and resistance lines. It makes more sense for price to find support or resistance where there was a lot higher volume in terms of price. Remember, we are not talking about these candlesticks on the bottom here, which is volume in terms of time. And so what the value area high and value area low indicate is what is considered overvalued or undervalued relative to the range. Remember, we are just pulling the fixed range volume profile tool across the range. And so anything below the value area low is considered undervalued, and anything above the value area high is considered overvalued. Now, as we learned in the last video, we have our range, and we should be looking to short the highs of the range, and we should be looking to long the lows of the range until one side decides to break. Well, your value areas typically act as support and resistance lines within your range. Now, for me, I prefer to long the lower extremes and the higher extremes of any given range. However, if you see buy or sell signals at these value area points, it is likely that they are going to produce a move for you. So essentially, we can be using these levels as additional confluence when we are doing our technical analysis. Now, the point of control of any given range is the highest volume that resides within the range. So within this 4-hour range that we had been in for about a week or 10 days or so, give or take, the highest volume transacted in terms of price was at $51.7 thousand. There's a couple of things you need to understand when it comes to these ranges. Number one, your point of control is considered the fairest value. When we are trading ranges, we are essentially trying to trade back towards the other side of the range or back towards what is considered fair value. The reason we even analyze the value area high and the value area low is because we know we are either undervalued or overvalued relative to our fairest value point, which in this case is $51.7 thousand. What that means is, in general, your point of control is probably the worst time for you to trade when you're trading ranges, because again, we are trying to trade back towards the mean, back towards the average, back towards the highest volume node, which happens to be your point of control. We are not trying to trade away from it. Range theory suggests that when you're on the extreme points of the range, you fall back within the range. Well, where do you fall back into? The mean or the medium of the range, which in this case, as per volume, would be your point of control. I hope I'm making sense. And if you're, for example, pulling a Fibonacci tool from the high to the low, and you can see that your value area high is pretty close to your 786, what you can do is say, all right, well, when we get up here, I'm going to start looking for short positions. Now, obviously, in hindsight, this completely blew through it, but this is how you can use the value areas to find key levels of support and resistance where you can be looking for a trade. All right, so now I'm going to drop a little bit of theory on you. Volume theory suggests that if you break below your value area low below or above your value area high and you come back within that value area, you will rotate to the other side. In other words, you will rotate to the value area high. At this point where we break below and then we get acceptance back within the value area low, it is very likely to make our way up to the value area high. The reason this is a thing is we're going to use the same iPhone example we used in the last video. If you are looking to sell your iPhone at $2,000 up here and you are looking to buy it back at $1,000 down here, what will happen is when we are down here, people will buy it for $1,000. Then when we're here, people will buy it for $1,200. And when we're here, people will buy it for $1,400 because everybody is essentially shooting for that $2,000 value where you can sell it from. And it works the other way around. So while we are above the value area high, it means that our iPhone is a little bit overvalued and we know that we'll be able to buy it back between $1,000 and let's say $800, for example. And so what will happen is people will start to sell it at $2,000. People will start to sell it at $1,800, $1,600, $1,400 in anticipation of buying it back at $1,000. It's basically standard economics. While many people try to buy down here at $1,000 in anticipation of selling it up here for $2,000, people will continue to buy until there is no more demand up here and there's just a supply. All of a sudden, everybody wants to sell their iPhone. So what does that do? That decreases the value of the price. If everybody wants to sell their iPhone, then the price of the iPhone is going to go down. Standard economics. This is basically your value areas in a nutshell, right? We can decide what's overvalued, what's undervalued based on the volume as per the price of the asset. And guys, this works on any asset, any time frame. So I pull my fixed range volume profile on basically all the time frames that I'm trading on, unless I'm super scalping on like a 2-minute time frame, then I probably don't worry about it because I only want to trade the liquidity grabs. Real quick, I wanted to just show you my settings. My value area high and value area low are white, thick line. POC is red, thick line, and my up volume and down volume is all white, so it looks nice. It doesn't look default, okay? The default way is absolutely horrendous. We don't do that around here. We do it this way. Now, remember when I said if you get acceptance back within your value area low, you are likely to rotate to your value area high? That also works on old ranges. And the reason it works on old ranges is because remember, your volume profile will show you the volume based on price, not based on time. So let's take a look at what happened on our entire last bear market. If we pull the fixed ranged volume profile tool across here, we could have drawn out the same way we just did on that 4-hour time frame. We could draw out the value area high, the value area low, and the point of control. And so you can see before we started to have this massive move on the upside, and basically before the bull market began, you can see that price rejected off of the previous macro range value area low. And as soon as we got acceptance back within that area, we essentially over the past few months shot straight up to the value area high. Because remember, based on volume theory, it suggests that when you get acceptance back within the value area low, you will rotate towards the value area high. So this works on very macro time frames as well, because your value areas and your volume is based around price, not around time. And your asset remembers where the most volume was transacted. So if you just analyze the volume of the previous bear market alone, you could have longed or bought at 31K and held it all the way up to 48K in anticipation of this entire volume profile getting recovered. And this works the same way. So let's just say we get a flash crash and we start closing significant candles below 48K. Well, then it is more likely than not that we're going to make our way down to the value area low, because this is how ranges work. So yeah, guys, that is how the fixed range volume profile tool works. And there are other more advanced ways to use this tool. If you want me to make a part 2 to this video, let me know in the comments that you're interested in how we can analyze volume beyond just looking at the volume within a range. That's all I got for you guys, and that's curtains.